Welcome to WEFM's 3 p.m. news. I am your presenter, Jessica Klein. First, on the local scene. On February 3rd, 2024, a tragic event occurred in the village of Kittels, where two wooden dwelling houses were destroyed by fire. The local police department is now investigating the events that led up to this tragedy. One of the houses, a 20 by 30 structure made of plywood and covered with galvanized sheeting, was occupied by Jason Samuel, a 29-year-old truck conductor of Kittels, his common law wife, and their four children. The other house, a 10 by 15 plywood structure, also covered with galvanized sheeting, was owned and occupied by Samuel's brother, David Perry, a 44-year-old truck conductor of the same address. Thankfully, neither Samuel nor his brother were at home at the time of the fire. Despite the efforts of neighbors using buckets of water, the fire grew out of control. The police were alerted, and officers from the Kittels police station quickly responded to assist in trying to extinguish the fire. The fire department eventually arrived on the scene and was able to put it out. The two families affected have now been relocated to the Kittels Learning Resource Center. The cause of the fire remains unknown at this time. The Mariacoa Civic Center, a $6 million project, is expected to be completed by November of this year. The modern facility, located in Hopewell, will replace the old Mariacoa Community Hall, offering additional space for new functions. The two-story building will provide training in select fields, office space, a meeting room, and an auditorium, and serve as an emergency shelter. In a recent interview with API, area representative St. Clair Prince stated that the Mariacoa area will soon become a hub for activity. With the opening of the recreational center, construction of footpaths in Glenside and other areas, and the ongoing work on Sayers Macmillan Road, Hacksaw Road, Farm Road, and Dumbarton Road, Prince emphasized that never has there ever been so much construction at any one time in the history of Mariacoa. Additionally, the Mariacoa Technical Institute will be situated just behind the Civic Center, offering technical and vocational training in areas such as tourism and hospitality. The institute is currently in the design phase. Still on the local scene, the Major Crime Unit, MCU, of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force has launched an investigation regarding the shooting incident that occurred on Saturday, 3rd February 2024 in Gibson Corner. This resulted in the death of 52-year-old Jensen Aubrey Hamilton, a laborer of Gibson Corner. An official release by the RSVGPF states the incident occurred around 7:20 p.m. Hamilton was reportedly accosted by an assailant and shot multiple times about his body as he was on his way home. The police were alerted and promptly proceeded to the scene. The release further states that Hamilton's motionless body was found lying on the public road a short distance away from his home. The scene was processed by the Crime Scene Unit, CSU, and Hamilton was later pronounced dead at the scene by a medical practitioner. A post-mortem examination is expected to be carried out on the body to ascertain the exact cause of death. The RSVGPF has extended its condolences to all who are negatively affected by this incident. Investigations into this matter are ongoing. On the regional scene, the Bank of St. Lucia's, BOSL, Global Investment Fund, has been given a warm welcome by Prime Minister Philip Pear and Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB, Governor Timothy Antwine. Prime Minister Pear, responsible for finance, expects the fund to increase efficiency, inspire innovation, lower transaction costs, and provide greater investment options. Pear, in a Facebook post, shared that the BOSL is known for excellence and that he is certain that those standards will be maintained. He further stated, the St. Lucia government is delighted with BOSL's entry into the manual fund market. As a government, we seek to create an environment for a financial sector that is globally competitive, well regulated, diversified, market driven, and responsive to our local realities. ECCB Governor Timothy Antwine also welcomed the BOSL initiative, highlighting that it was the first indigenous bank in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, ECCU, to launch a global investment fund. Antwine noted that wealth creation and improving financial literacy are essential to prosperity and resilience. Only 4% of people in the Eastern Caribbean securities markets are investing, compared to 60% of the people in the US stock market. He proposed raising the figure to 20% over the next 10 years. The launch of the BOSL Global Investment Fund is in line with the ECCB's strategic direction, Antoine added, which focuses on financial inclusion and wealth creation. Still on the regional scene, Delta Airlines has announced its return to Barbados with flight services commencing from November 21st. The news was shared by Barbados' Minister of Tourism and International Transport, Ian Gooding Egil, during a press conference on Saturday, 3rd February 2024. The airline will offer a daily 7-day service from Atlanta, Georgia, as well as a weekly flight on Saturdays from New York, starting December 23rd. The airline has confirmed its services will be operational until April 2025. Gooding Egghill expressed his delight at Delta's return to Barbados, stating that it will help boost flying opportunities to the island. The move comes after the ministry's efforts to improve airline connections globally, resulting in expanded, restarted, and new services and routes to key markets in North America, Europe, the Caribbean, and Latin America. Delta's return reflects the airline's confidence in Barbados' future, according to the minister, who also underlined the importance of leveraging the island's connection with Atlanta as a hub. Delta's return will also bolster the attractiveness of the forthcoming Come Home campaign, aimed at Barbadians in the diaspora, aligning with the 2025 We Gathering Market program. And finally, on the international scene, forest fires in the Valparaiso region of Chile have caused significant damage, resulting in the death of at least 112 people. The majority of those affected were tourists who were visiting the coastal area during the summer holidays. The government has declared a state of emergency and promised to provide all necessary resources to combat the fires. The health ministry has issued a health alert calling for the suspension of elective surgeries and the establishment of temporary field hospitals. To ease the burden on the health service, the ministry has announced that medicine students nearing the end of their studies will be employed to assist. Despite rescue efforts, reaching the most affected areas have been a struggle, and the Interior Minister has warned that the death toll is likely to increase significantly in the coming hours. The Chilean government has urged people not to travel to the affected areas. The housing ministry has reported that between 3,000 and 6,000 homes have been impacted by the fires. Residents have described the situation as hell, with ash raining down on them, and their homes are being destroyed. This has been WEFM's 3 p.m. news. I have been your presenter, Jessica Klein. Join us again at 5:30 p.m. for WEFM's evening news, and we thank you for listening.